Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's not date or time specific. Whenever you come upon it, if it speaks to you, it may be your message at that time. But it is a general reading, not a personal or private reading. So do keep that in mind. Always best to just take what speaks to you, leave the rest. Speaking of private readings, they are now available again. If you are at all curious, there's a link in the description box below, and it would take you to my booking page where you can read all about it. There's a little video there and everything, okay? So this whole series of readings is dedicated to Leo, Venus now being in the sign of Leo. She is normally only there 3.5 weeks in a sign, but because she's going to retrograde in Leo, she will be in that sign through the beginning of October, so about 4 months. I know, it's a long transit. And it's good because that retrograde in Leo, is talking to us about, there's a connection to me for Venus and Leo that's about creative self-expression, right, of the heart, but also of the self. So I kind of feel like this is one of those retrogrades where we're going to find out where we may be repressing, suppressing parts of our heart, parts of the way we express our love, or maybe we don't because of any kind of fears or feeling either some form of constraint around that self-expression. I'm feeling a lot of throat chakra energy may rise up for some of us to reflect on, speaking up for what we need and want so that we can feel valued in our intimate partnerships and connections. That's, Venus rules Taurus, which is the second house of worth and value. She also rules the seventh house, Libra, seventh house of relationships. Okay, so let me go ahead and activate this reading by pulling from Sacred Traveler. What's coming through? You can be here as a cross watcher for a Scorpio. Sometimes the messages come through more for you than for your person. That's perfectly normal. Aha, you get the Impasse card. Reflect and redirect your energy. Right? So if you pop up here, especially in this Venus retrograde, the retrograde will actually, when she turns around, will not be till July 22nd. But the first act goes from June 19th to July 22nd. That's going to be where you may come up against that brick wall. If you notice a little squirrel looking at the stone wall there. So the whole process of dealing with an impasse is to not let it defeat you, but to reflect on it and redirect your energy so that you can get around it. There's always a way, always a workaround, always a way around. And because I'm reading with this particular transit in mind, if you bump up against immovable objects in matters of the heart, redirect your energy. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull the spread. I'm doing a modified Celtic cross. I'll give you my impressions, then we'll clarify as needed. Here we go. Empress, but of course, King of Wands. Wow, Scorpio, this is pretty powerful. Yes. Oh, I love that for you. Last card out is your card. We have the Death card here. I do feel I'm seeing this is something to do with some kind of big change or transformation is where you're headed, which is perfect. That's what we want, because if you're at an impasse now, you're going to redirect your energy, right? And that's what the sages do. They come up against a brick wall. They don't say, oh, well, I guess we got to go back the other way. They're like, nope, there's got to be a workaround. That's what you're being called to do, because showing up here in the energy of the Empress, divine feminine, beautiful, powerful. This is receptive energy. It's about unconditional love, the highest and best version of yourself from this part of your soul. We all have masculine and feminine within, so it's not a gender thing, but if you identify as a divine feminine, that's coming through loud and clear. The challenge position is our friend, the King of Wands here. So this is probably the object of your desire, possibly an unavailable lover. Because it's in the challenge position, it's not for a lack of desire or attraction or chemistry or any of that, or passion or any of that. It's about their availability. High Priestess in your unconscious awareness can be speaking to some measure of separation, lack of communication. In the past with the Nine of Swords, that Nine of Swords is talking to you about this being something you've been, preoccupied with, and it's been distressing and causing you some anxiety and worry and sleepless nights. What's crowning you, though, in your conscious awareness is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles in the reading set, the way it comes across to me, is about things unfolding or growing more organically. Like the Wheel of Fortune is divine time. The Seven of Pentacles is like natural time, according to the laws of nature, right? She's standing here with the ladder on the tree, but she's kind of looking at like, well, okay, how long is it going to take before I can harvest what is blooming here or growing here? So it is talking about patience, and it is talking about things progressing or unfolding or growing in an organic manner. In the near future, Six of Pentacles, that's good because that's talking about reciprocity, someone being available to invest in the connection to the same degree that you do. It is about equal give and take. I like it in this position because what I see coming forward feels very positive, and I feel this is the turning point, is where you finally get to express, because if you're not speaking now, which is what I was saying, I'm thinking I feel with this, I've said it before actually, the Venus retrograde to me is coming through as some throat chakra stuff, right? Your voice. Finding your voice about speaking up for what you want and need, which is a partner who gives as well as they receive. And I don't think you have that right now. So Spirit's message to you is about the Six of Swords. That's about moving to calmer waters, getting beyond any turbulence, any misunderstandings. It's a clear mind, peace of mind, and the hidden energy is the World. The World is a card of endings and new beginnings, but to me it represents closing out a difficult chapter, so that a new chapter can begin and you can step into it and feel that sense of freedom, almost liberation, like we made it through that. This is a card of Saturn, Aquarius and Capricorn, the as above and so below of it all. So it's talking about lessons being learned and cycles not needing to be repeated. So that's really lovely. And then, like I said, going forward, the outcome position is the Death card, which in this case is whatever you're closing out from an earlier cycle that I see wrapping up here, you have to leave it behind. You can't take it with you. That's part of growth and change and transformation. As you don't hold on to those things, you kind of say, good, we did it, we made it, we learned lessons, and now we move forward. And that's what I'm seeing here. This last part of the reading feels very optimistic. Someone came into the comments for the Libra reading, I think it was the Libra reading, and said, oh, finally some positive readings for a change. And I'm I'm here to kind of speak up to that, because it's not about a positive reading, it's about your energy. I'm picking up your energy. It's your energy. And we've all been going through this first 6 months of 2023. It's been kind of brutal. We've had a lot of planets move signs, big planets move signs. We've had a lot of very challenging aspects, lots of tough squares, which is kind of intractable challenge, which is frustration. We've also had eclipse season. We've also had a crap ton of retrogrades. So here we are, and now we kind of are feeling like, oh, maybe it is smooth sailing. We're through the worst of it. So if you feel like, oh, all of a sudden all the readings are really positive, yeah, because your energy is feeling uplifted with moving through the difficulty of the first half of the year. What I'm saying is people think it's a reader thing. It's not a reader thing. It's a watcher thing. Okay, look at this. We've got the Magician, the Ace of Cups, and underneath is the Devil. So, this Devil showing up in unconscious awareness, because I pulled it from the bottom of the deck. So for those of you who are new, welcome. The point that of pulling from the bottom of the deck, and I do it at each little point throughout the reading, is so that I can access what's either in unconscious awareness, somehow simmering in the psyche, or playing out behind the scenes. In this case, I feel like you're manifesting, or your challenge is around manifesting this love of your life, the Ace of Cups. And you're coming up against something that feels like I just described, intractable, someone who's not available to you for whatever reasons. Isn't making themselves available, or is only available upon their own determination, like when it suits their fancy. So underneath with the Devil is some fear. There is fear here that you're with this struggle to manifest this person's availability and reciprocity and investment in the connection. So let's look at the High Priestess. Yes, the Nine of Swords again. So, now I see what's happening here, because I'm getting another Patience card. We have the Seven of Pentacles is Patience, but so is Temperance. Temperance is about self-control and restraint. So I'm feeling, again with the Nine of Swords, that focus or preoccupation or something that's running on a loop in your mind consciously and unconsciously around the separation, trying to tap into intuition, not really being able to make heads or tails of the situation that you're dealing with, but patiently awaiting for something to, get moving. Almost like I feel there's some stagnancy here. I don't see the Hanged Man, but I'm feeling it. And so this Ace of Wands underneath is about that momentum building, passion rising. I see frustration here as well with things not moving, and your fear coming in around it. So your fear is, you're not leading with it, but it's there. It's like probably responsible for that Nine of Swords energy being both in your unconscious awareness and something that you're very aware of or have been aware of. Nine of Swords. Yes. Again, Seven of Pentacles again with the Chariot. There's just been this frustration. Now I'm feeling like no progress. Things at a standstill of sorts, or just stagnant, really wanting this connection, wanting it to make progress, being a little obsessed adjacent about it. This is again in the past, but we close here with the Seven of Pentacles, which is where we are right now in our conscious awareness, is about things unfolding gradually and tick-tock. How long must I wait? It feels like there's been a waiting game involved, and you've been patient and receptive and open and full of all this unconditional love, but nothing's happening. Nothing's changing. And so that's where your fear is coming from, because you don't know what that means, what that portends. So let's see the Seven of Pentacles in conscious awareness. Two of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Good. Okay. I talked about the laws of nature and natural time versus divine time, and divine time shows up. So here you are right now with the Two of Swords. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm at this crossroads moment, and it's almost like sometimes the Two of Swords will find you at odds with someone. I think you're at odds in your own mental landscape here. Like, are we meant to be, or are we not meant to be? I feel like you're really conflicted about it. Five of Wands underneath. So I feel like in your unconscious awareness at this stage of the game, you're conflicted about, is this something that will unfold organically, or is it just not in the cards for us? Just not in the cards for me. So the Two of Swords here is your thought process. You're going within to get some clarity at a crossroads moment where an important decision may be contemplated. But you're definitely conflicted about the timing. Six of Pentacles, because you've already been waiting. Got it? You've already been the Temperance, Seven of Pentacles. You're still there. Now I kind of feel you saying, for the love of all that's holy, is like, is this an exercise in futility? Should I just kind of get the hint and go on? And I'm not sure that that's not part of the plan, if that makes sense. It's part of the impasse. You're at that impasse. That is where this energy is coming from. Or this is where that energy is coming from. And I kind of feel it's by design. And maybe more will be revealed during this retrograde cycle. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Hermit. Wow. So looking forward, I feel like you're going to have to trust your intuition. High Priestess comes out again. And I'm feeling in this part of the reading, it's more about the no communication and the separation. It can be about that here as well going forward, because we do have the Five of Pentacles, which can be around themes around abandonment. But I almost feel like you're back to that Two of Swords, that inner reflection, trusting your intuition about the nature of the connection, meaning, is there any chance for something more reciprocal, for this person to be more generous instead of withholding and rejecting? That's where I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles dialed down to the Five of Pentacles, and that High Priestess is really important, because it's basically, what is your intuition going to be telling you about that? And underneath is the Hermit. And what I love about that being in your unconscious awareness down the road a piece is this has been a solitary journey, especially for those of you who have been in separation for a hot minute. It is about what you've learned about yourself, your own inner self-awareness, introspection, like the radical self-inventory you've been taking on this part of your journey is going to work for you instead of against you. It's going to allow you to rise to a higher vibration of intuition rather than a lower vibration of suspicion, meaning we get rid of the fear. We conquer the fear by trusting what we already know to be true about ourselves, about the journey, about the path we're walking, with or without this person. I was just talking to one of my coaches, who we just, like last night, had a session, and we were talking about the fact that you cannot put your life on hold waiting for your divine partner to catch up. You got to keep moving forward on your path. That's part of the mission. The main part of twin flame and even earthbound soulmate connections is about moving forward and making progress in your life. And the way that it works is, those who are meant to be on our path will meet us there again. And we'll both be, I'm just saying we because it's the collective we, will both be able, we will have grown more, we will have learned more, we will have explored more, we will have more self-awareness of what we brought to the party to begin with versus where we want to head. If all of this makes sense, give me a thumbs up in the comments, because I'm seeing the shift out of fear and to a higher level of intuition about the energy you're picking up from your person. Are there opportunities for generosity and investment in the connection, or am I just being, full on rejected? So then we've got a message from Spirit, which is the Six of Swords. And this part was the near future, by the way. See the Six of Swords? The Sun. There's a reward for that higher vibration. That's a new beginning between you and your beloved. I literally could cry. I'm feeling like it catching my throat right now. You have the Sun on the Six of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Spirit saying it's on its way. It's on its way. They're on their way. You're going to move past all this. So there is a reward for coming through this part of the journey and coming out of it on the other side more ascendant, right? Like not having regressed, but having progressed, and maybe jumping to a higher timeline. It feels really beautiful. And let's see the world here and the hidden energy from your King of Wands here. Wow, that one really got me. Yeah. Oh, this person definitely, Nine of Wands, has not given up, is persevering. I feel like they're going to kind of come in with some good news. The Page of Wands is coming through more as just that uplifted message that comes through, maybe unexpectedly, but it's also as if this person is saying, we can start again. We can have a fresh start. We don't have to feel the weight of the heaviness of the past cycle. So I do feel there's perseverance. I feel there's some message that they bring to you that's uplifting. And one part of it is, you know, new beginning, fresh start, almost like we're, you know, back in high school. I know that sounds silly. Underneath is the moon. And I feel like this person is being challenged to trust their intuition and to not act from fear or allow fear to compromise their intentions going forward. Perseverance also, that Nine of Wands also has some built-in exhaustion, right? When your back's against the ropes, you kind of feel like, I don't know how much longer I can go, how many more rounds. So there is a little bit of fear that this person will need to overcome by way of their own intuition as you're doing the same. Gosh. I love this. And then we see the Death card. That's one of your calling cards here, Scorpio. Beautiful. So yeah, so our King of Wands, who's been largely unavailable for whatever reason, because that was the challenge card, comes in a changed human being. The whole connection transforms. We have the Two of Cups. The King of Pentacles shows up for you in 3D. There you are, right where we began. The last card out, the Empress. Okay? This is your journey from start to finish. This is your journey. This is the path you have been walking. Some of you have been walking it for a matter of weeks or months. Some of you have been walking this for years or decades. And it is finally, the transformation is arriving. And it is absolutely stunningly gorgeous and beautiful. Like, I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. And I'm really happy for you. So wherever you are on this path right now, and I hope you have found yourself somewhere among the cards, that you stay true to yourself, stay on your path. There's so much you have to learn. There's so much growing and growth that's taking place here. You know, it ain't over till it's over, and this is far from over from what I can see for those of you that this storyline speaks to. Before I give you the astrology, I do want to tell you that I'm going to explore this further in the extended from our King of Wands, King of Pentacles point of view. So that will involve me looking at how they show up, their energy, how they see this situation as it currently stands, meaning their perspective or point of view, how they see you at this moment, think about you maybe, feel about you, and their intentions toward you going forward. And I'll get another card from Spirit with some more advice or guidance based on what comes through, and I'll close out with some oracle. So that's what you can expect in the extended, and there's a link in the description box in the first sentence that will take you there. So here is the astrology. We have the Empress. This is Venus. I spent a fair bit of time talking about Venus and her travels. She's out twice in this reading, first card, last card. So this Venus transit is really important to you, whoever you are watching. She rules Taurus and Libra. We've got the King of Wands here. That's Leo energy. We've got the Magician is Mercury, which rules Virgo and Gemini. Mercury has just moved into Gemini, by the way, so lots of perked up communication potentially on the way. We've got the Devil, which is Capricorn. High Priestess is Pisces. She's out twice. Temperance here is Sagittarian energy. We've got the Chariot is Cancerian energy. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius. I said the High Priestess was out twice. Hermit is Virgo. The Sun is the Sun, rules Leo. I love this part of the reading, by the way. The World is, as I said, Saturn, Aquarius, and Capricorn. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the Moon is Pisces. We've got the Death card, your calling card, Scorpio. King of Pentacles is Taurus. So that's what I have for you, my loves. You may be at this impasse. Reflect, then redirect your energy, because right around that stone wall is something really beautiful to behold. The link to the extended is below. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.